For more enjoyment and greater efficiency, consumption is being standardized.
Buy now.
Buy more. Buy more now. Buy.
If you have a problem,
I'm here to see ACR. I've never seen them before, and I actually travelled from the States.
And it's ACR Manchester. Why would you not be here?
Because they're one of the best bands to come out of Manchester, simple.
It's about 40 years since I saw a certain ratio at the Hacienda.
Followed them for 40 years.
Followed them for 45 years.
Because I've followed them since the 80s, and they're a fabulous band live.
ACR!
Because they're fantastic. Every album they've released in the last 5 years is brilliant. You can't beat a certain ratio. JSK, you're an absolute legend. Thank you for the music, man.
Our favourite band.
So we love the band and we're so excited to see it. We follow all the Manchester movement and we came from Argentina to see them live.
I like a lot of the newer stuff actually. Yeah, from that sort of recent album.
The new album, in full.
In full again.
Yes,
the
again.
second time.
The new album, I've been listening to it quite a bit, so I'm really looking forward to that.
It all comes down to this.
The two of us, we coexist, and it all comes down to this. All mistakes are chances missed, and it all comes down to this. Waiting on the train is near, destruction is right here. All the loss, all the fear, losing to yourself is clear. From the dream of life to this, a way to find that death exists in each row and morning bliss. And it all comes down to this, a schedule of accounts to bear. Hey waiter, there's nothing there, no warm and tender prayer can save your golden hair. Sad reflection lying there. The dream of life could disappear. Cold to the words only you can hear. On the platform full of tears. Distinction on the tracks. Why wait for nights to call you when days and days are calling? It all comes down to this. All comes down to this.
Thank you very much.
We'd done Loco, the EPs, and we'd done 1982, all self-produced. We were producers. And I think it might have been Paul at Mute who suggested we revert to a three-piece and record an album like that. And then subsequently we met up with Dan, and Dan was really enthusiastic and wanted to work with us. And we thought, well, yeah, let's do this album like we did the original albums, like most bands do when they're young. They get a bunch of songs together. they perform live or whatever, and then they go in a studio with a producer who helps them to sort of realise it, you know. And so that's what this time, all we had to be was the band, basically write the tunes and then, you know, leave the producer or work with the producer to sort of make it happen. It takes a lot of pressure off when you're not the producer and you're not working in the studio. It's very... it's much more direct and focused.
Yeah.
All we had to do was get the tunes together.
Yeah, and be musicians.
Yeah.
And someone said to me, they said, wow, there's a lot more guitar on this album than on your previous albums. And I said, that's because I was the guitarist on this album. Yeah. Donald was the drummer, Jez was the bass player and singer, right? And we've not done that on previous albums. On previous albums, Don's been a drummer, bass player, keyboard player. I've been a drummer, guitarist, bass player. Jez has been keyboard player, singer, bass, you know, everything. And we've all, you know, been like that all over the place. But on this one, we focused on the instruments that we play. Don did play bass on a couple of tunes, but in general, we were the one instrument that we play, weren't
because we limited our overdubs, didn't we?
We all played a bit of keyboards on the demos, but Dan then consolidated those keyboard parts and made them his, really, and sort of changed the sound, got the feel, the moodiness of the track, and added his sort of keyboardy bits, mostly like sequence stuff, which really made the album work. The basis of the songs that we wrote were the same, but he just had one little element in there that made the track darker, you know, and transformed the song, you know, and really worked. He was like the fourth band member, really. it sounds so simple, but it was a totally different way of working for us, and a way that we'd not worked maybe since Force.
Yeah.
Because on Force we did demos, didn't we?
Yeah, that was the last
We
time.
learned how to play the tunes, and then we went in and recorded them.
Yeah.
And this is how we did this album.
I think when you jettison that responsibility of the technical stuff, yeah, which is what the guys are saying that we always have there, because that's what we are. We're musicians, producers, we're all those kind of things. We kind of, pre-doing that, made sure that we said, right, we're not going to do that. We're going to have this camaraderie between all of us like we always had. So the room that you see us in now, we were in here for like 10 days playing away, just playing, getting it all ready, getting it ready in whatever configuration, because again, Dan was an element that we knew that was there. I say it this way for me. I wanted us to be like the Motown Funk Brothers in the sense of that the Motown team always knew what was ready, always knew how to cut it up in whatever fashion. So if Dan said to us, yeah, just play that, but take that verse out, put that there, put that, we were ready, you know? But we were locked in all together. We weren't thinking about anything else. And we actually went to the studio with that mindset, which was brilliant. Because sometimes we would just jamming or getting a sound, and Dan was ready to record because it was that quick, wasn't it? And we were like straight into it. But because he heard everything that we're playing kind of tight together all the time, he knew that we were ready, and he wanted to catch that spark.
There's something that not having to make the final decision on anything that makes you work better in the studio, because you've got someone who's you feel really safe with, who, if you think the guitar part that you've just put down is absolute rubbish, but he says, no, that's good, that's it, then you go with that, and you don't have the pressure of, oh, was it good, wasn't it? So it for us, it was great having that decision-making process taken away from us, When we sent in the demo, he got back in touch and he said, I've been listening to the demo, it sounds amazing. He says it's like this album called Zam Rock, which me and my mate listen to all the time, and it's 70s Zambian psych rock and funk rock. So I went and bought the album, and it's like the worst recorded album you've ever heard. It's really trashy, it's quite punky. But I could see where he was. Yeah. I could see where he was coming from, and one of the things that Dan did was he made us not sound as tidy, and he put a bit of dirt back into the band.
Yeah, he said he didn't want to do a funk album. He wanted to do a punk album more.
Substances, distances, the spaces and the faces look the same. Cocaine, no brain. You're living in the moment, day glow, flying. The minute you think it, the spark is dying. We all need it, love and shelter. We all need it. We all need it. Live together. We all need it. Hiding from yourself. the other side of yourself. Colors flash behind your eyes, scrambling around looking for an edge, thinking, how could we let it die? A million stars above our heads and nowhere else to be. Walk for the ghost train, take a ride to the city. There'll be dialogue every day. We all need it, love and shelter. We all need it. We all need it. Live together. We all need it. A day without knowing. An evening with shadows. A virtual ending. A future, who knows? Full of love for each other's creed. One goal, one dream, a chance to save what we all need. A place to live to all the breeds breed. We all need it, all need some thought. We all need it to all the lies we know. It's all we all need it, it's free. Be yourself, we all need it, that's all that we own.
Before we got Donald, we were very sort of industrial and sort of dark, and to each was sort of quite, with Martin Hannett producing, it was sort of a bit gothic. And Dan, I think, really liked that and wanted to do an album with us where that was what he was putting back into it. And it worked a treat. I mean, in the demos, we left a lot of space for we knew that he would fill. It worked very quick, that's what we like, because we're pretty quick. I think we're pretty much one take where we know what we're doing. And it works really, really fast.
Yeah, he doesn't like doing lots and lots of overdubs, so it's not like, there's not like 8 vocal harmonies and, 6 guitar overdubs. It's really simple.
Same with takes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, one guitar overdub maximum. 3 vocals was a lot.
Yeah.
Mostly 2.
It was like, we're going to do this and we're going to do this way. If you don't like it, we junk it and we start again. We can do that all day, but we're not keeping different ones to do different things. Or he'd have us do sets of 3 together as well, so he liked the flavour of how those ran into each other, and you had to get them all right, because if you made a mistake and you didn't like it, you had to scrap all 3 and do it again. Again, everything designed to move you forward and to keep you focused, and it worked perfectly.
It puts a certain amount of pressure on you to make you perform and make you focused, but not the same type of pressure as Martin Hannett used to put on you. Martin Hannett used to pressurise you with confusion, where Dan, you know, he inspires you and pressurizes you with focus and inspiration and, you know, help really. I was in hospital for about 6 months, a good 6 months, and I think that experience, I did quite a bit of writing in hospital, so I had quite a lot of stuff ready. Just you know, I write stuff in notebooks, and when we're trying to get a tune together, I'll just flip through the notebooks until something resonates with the actual tune that we're doing, and once you get a starting point, then it's not too difficult to finish them. So so what happened was, when Jez was in hospital, we'd recorded 70% of the demos already, the instrumental side. Then me and Don carried on and did a bit of work on a couple of other tunes and tidied up the tunes, so that by the time Jez had come out of hospital, the majority of the music was ready. We were just waiting for the vocals. It was like, Jez was under pressure really, because we kept on saying, all we need on them is now vocals, Jez, vocals. And Jez came round here to the studio. I think within 2-3 hour sessions, we had 8 tunes nearly nailed. He got them down, the ideas, that quick, you know, the melodies, the lyrics, the structure of the vocal on the song. And then once we had the basics there, Jez would come back and say, I don't like that verse, I'm going to change the lyrics on that verse, or I'm going to put that verse there, or we need to just do a bit of work on that chorus. And within a couple of weeks, and I'm not talking like 2 weeks working solid, because we worked 2 days a week, we had the vocals boxed off. So I would say in about 8 hours worth of work.
It didn't take long at all, really.
I can tell you how the name came around. We'd been in London working on another project which is yet to happen with Dan. So on the drive home, we were going on the drive home, and Martin started the conversation. Really, right? What should we call it? And everything. And we're going down. We're just having fun. We're eating. We're saying all silly names and whatever, and having a really kind of good laugh about everything. And it's one of these guys. I didn't come up with it. It's one of these guys came up and said, "It all comes down to this." And that moment when it just stuck, because I can remember it was in the van, wasn't it? When we all just said, "Wow, hold on, yeah, that kind of makes sense."
You'll find that Don's living in a time warp, and he quite often gets things wrong. And one of the things he's just got wrong, because we'd already named it by the time we went to Dan's in January to do the thing that you're talking about. We were driving back
from the album, not the other one.
Album thing.
I wasn't going to say anything, but
earlier, Don,
that's the second time you said it, so we thought we'd better correct you.
Last time we just let you go with it, yeah.
Dan's made such an impression that it lives with me forever. Okay.
There's no shame in all this. We need more than dreaming. We need hope and feeling. Don't need hate to rule us. Don't need fakes to fool us. God knows what love is. God knows we need it.
Well, Bib was she was at the Royal Northern College, and Matt was her tutor at one point. Matt, who's our keyboard player, and Matt recommended Viv as being a really great bass player because I can't, I'm struggling with playing the bass at gigs. I can play in the studio and I can play when we jam together, but I can't play constantly at gigs. So we needed a bass player.
Really fun, yeah. It's like there's so much back catalogue that you can get into, and then they've got like loads of different inspirations, and so when you play with them live, it's like a whole bunch of things together, and just really fun each time. And the band are great. Yeah, I love playing with them. I feel like they're really funky, and I just love grooving with them on stage. Yeah, it's really fun.
She's such a calming influence on the band as well. She's got a very calm personality, and yeah, she's been great, Viv. She's a bit of a star.
When Viv first joined the band for the 1945 tour, was it the 45 tour?
No, she did 82.
Oh, did she do it?
Yeah, she did 82.
1945. You're worse than me. The 1945 tour. Was that just after the Hitler invasion?
Just when the war, at the end of the war.
Yeah. She was only minus whatever. But, yeah, when she joined us for the 1982 tour, she was a substitute for Jez, so we were actually saying to her, hit the bass harder, do it like that. We were trying to get her to play like Jez, but then we suddenly realised, no, she's not Jez, she's Viv, and she's got a distinct style, which is brilliant.
She's really coming out of herself now, isn't she?
Yeah.
And because she's got to know us, I think she's got to trust us and know what's all about. And she's now suggesting things and throwing things into the mix and all that kind of thing without feeling that there's any rejection or if something doesn't kind of happen.
I feel more confident now on stage that I can sort of go in and sort of do like recreate Jez's sounds and make it sound like ACR, but also kind of add a bit of myself into it with little bits of little licks or just improvised things.
She's really cool, and all the best cool people don't even know they're cool. So she's that cool, and she doesn't even know
aware
it.
Of it.
So we'll buy that for $1.
Absolutely.
She's funny because what you've got to imagine is she's 22. She's working with a bunch of 60-odd-year-old men, right, whose memories aren't the best. So she'll pull us up on little things that, like, the one of the gigs, I had the wrong song on my pedal board for the next tune, and she went, Martin, it's not that one. And then Donald,
because she stands over,
Donald's like,
parallel from his side.
Is like 10 meters away, but she's noticed that his SPD pad's on the wrong setting. Don, you're on the wrong setting.
Not that one. You need to change it over. And what? Sorry.
So she actually looks after us, right? She's like our carer.
Well, if I care for them, they care for me as well. It's like it goes two ways. Yeah, they've helped me a lot as well. It's nice to have a sort of like family with you, like on the road.
And Ellen's like that as well. Ellen's will look after us on tour and come in and ask us if we want something to eat or if we want a drink or it's great having them both looking after us.
When we're on tour together, when I'm in the band, I will look up the city we're going into. I'll look up a mile radius of what food is there, and I will find out the best one for everyone because everyone has very different tastes. Well, they introduced themselves to me first, so they, I guess, asked why me. But yeah, my why with them has been figuring out who they are and what their music is, and that's been a joy.
Why do we settle for this? We should be hoping for that. And this world is our only place to live. We need taking it back. In this confusion, keep on moving, move with the rhythm. It's always giving such a confusion. Just keep on moving, move with that rhythm, and you'll be living. Gotta get out from under. Gotta find out your own way there. Never say now or never. Never say now that you don't care. And if it's love that you see, don't put down on this tree. All you need is to be yourself and keep the faith that you keep. This confusion, I'm moving with the rhythm. It's always giving such a confusion. Just keep on moving with that rhythm, and you'll be living in this confusion. Just keep on moving with the rhythm. It's always giving such a confusion. Just keep on moving with that rhythm, and you'll be living.
I've spoken to the band many times since I've known them, and one of the things that I've noticed that they've got excited about, that is the same thing that excites me, is trying something different. Basically 3 albums in 3 years. Go and do a new album without thinking about it with one of the most creative producers. They got excited about that. And it's like because that's what you want from anybody you're working with, is that excitement. As you might know, we're filming tonight. Where else would it be filmed but in Manchester? Which means we would like you all to make some noise. So please, get involved, make some noise, sing along, have a great time.
I feel like they've got more ideas and more hunger now than ever. And they're in their 60s. They have a great spirit and they're so creative, and I think the most recent album is as good as anything they've ever done.
I think if you're in a band, you're really lucky to get that chemistry of certain people who, when they play together, it's just effortless, isn't it? And you see that in ACR, the core of ACR. I know they've had lots of different people going in and out over the years, other members, but the core of the band, even when they swap the instruments around, it looks so effortless, doesn't it? The more they tried to produce the records, the more they lost the magic. And the less they try to produce the records and rely on their own magic, the better their records are, aren't they? Like now, you know, like they're having a renaissance because they made a really brilliant record.
In 2024, 46 years later, that they can still do anything.
Gas fires burn throughout the land as we watch new majors, the bionic man. Hopeful snugs, the smoking stones, no such thing as a mobile phone. Lost in music, finding a way. Chopper bikes, the iPhone of the day. I don't live in the ghetto, I don't live in the hood. M23, sometimes misunderstood. Where areas are so powder, not a cartoon that sings. In my world of sports, Dickie Davis is king. Hot summer nights, Muhammad Ali fights, he always gets the hype just right. Madison Square Garden, the place to be, just my imagination, my dad and me. People in hot flats, deep house envy. I couldn't give a fuck, I've got the music in me. I don't live in the ghetto, I don't live in the hood. M23, sometimes misunderstood. Where areas are so powder, not a cartoon sling. In my world of sports, Dickie Davis is king. Bad behavior, just a short-term blip. Fort Cortinas and Vauxhall Fevers, large back gardens, black and white TVs, handbags on the dance floor, Ken Bailey on the door, stacking shoes, split new rooms. I don't live in the ghetto, I don't live in the hood. 23, sometimes misunderstood. So powder, not a cartoon to sing. In my world of sports, Dickie Davis is king.
My name is Peter Smith. Back in the very early 90s, I was a hanger-oner at Strawberry Studios, and they were recording Good Together in there, and I met them, and fortuitously their keyboard tech left to go and work with the Happy Mondays, and I was in the right place at the right time. Well, what happened was that, My wife has always been a big ACR fan. She has been to loads of the shows, and we were due to do a gig in Liverpool at the Polytechnic, and the gig got cancelled actually, but I had a friend who was at university in Liverpool, and she said, well, you should come over anyway because my flatmate is a really big ACR fan. And then we chatted all night, and then next night we went out and became a couple then. 3 or 4 days later, ACR had a gig in Manchester, and so she came to the gig, and I took her backstage and introduced her to the band as my future wife. She was a bit surprised, but the rest is history. Now my middle son, Félix, is the drum tech for ACR. It's a family affair. And to be honest, you know, that's how they are as a bunch of people. You know, like Don's the fussy mum, Martin's the doting dad, and Jerry is the wayward son. So it's like a big family.
It was very fun to see like the audience like reaction to it every night and see which songs they liked from it, because like usually you just play like the hits, you go like bang 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 bang, but this one's sort of like you get the experience of an album but live. It was really cool. I love playing Out From Under, Estate Kings. They're all bangers really.
The first song in the set, but when they come on this tour, when they've come on and played that one, it's just like a big explosion. All comes down to this.
Well, my personal favourite is We All Need, because it's sort of it's quite a unique track. It's like a spoken word vocal.
Changes all the time for me. I do like We All Need. I love playing it, but I also like I like Surfer Ticket, and I like Bitten by a Lizard. Oh,
I like Keep It Real because I think I just love the violence in the guitars, which I'd like to see Martin do more of. Dorothy as well at the end to listen to. You know, maybe that's because I've played it all right. Okay, I can relax now. We're at the end.
Well, I've heard it said that beauty is only splendid, but ugly, it goes clean to the bone. And if you wanna know what God thinks of money, look at the people, they're the ones who got it. Well, guns unlawful and a loose with gas smells awful, might as well. Heterosexuality is not normal. Dorothy said she was too fucking busy. You can flip that vice versa. What fresh air is this? Gas smells awful. Might as well.
Awesome.